Let us solve a question on the impact of the imposition of per unit tax on monopoly. The question is, a monopolist faces a demand function for its product as Q is equal to 200 minus 2P. Q is the output, P is the price. The monopolist's cost function is, that is total cost is equal to 10Q. Suppose government imposes a per unit tax of $10 on its product. We have to find out the profit maximizing price after the imposition of tax. Okay. So what we are being given? We are being given the demand function is Q is equal to 200 minus 2P. We are being given the cost function is 10Q. Also we are being told that per unit tax is $10. Okay, we need to find out the profit maximizing price after the imposition of tax. Okay, so first thing is, let us solve this function for P to find out the inverse demand function. Okay, I will explain why. So we have 2P is equal to 200 minus Q. Dividing both sides by 2, we get P is equal to 100 minus 1 upon 2Q. This is our inverse demand function. And let me draw it here. We have output on the horizontal axis, price on the vertical axis. This is our inverse demand function, what we also call the average revenue function. So let us, what is the interceptor, price interceptor? You can see when Q is equal to 0, P will be equal to 100. Okay, this is our price interceptor and it is downward sloping. This is our inverse demand function or average revenue function also. Okay. For monopoly, as we know, profit is maximized where we equate the marginal revenue with the marginal cost. This is the profit maximizing condition without the imposition of tax. Okay. So let's also calculate the marginal cost. Marginal cost is simply the change in the cost due to the change in the output. The derivative of this cost function with respect to Q, we get marginal cost is equal to 10. Okay. So initially, what will be the profit maximizing price and output before the imposition of tax? We equate marginal revenue with the marginal cost. So let's find out the marginal revenue. To find out the marginal revenue, we need to find out the total revenue, which is equal to price into output. Okay. So P is this very function 100 minus 1 upon 2 Q. To this we multiply by Q. So this becomes 100 Q minus 1 upon 2 Q square. What is marginal revenue? The change in the total revenue due to the change in the output. The derivative of the total revenue function with respect to Q. Derivative of Q is 1. We are left with 100 minus derivative of Q square is 2Q. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. We get only Q. This is our marginal revenue function. Same interceptor, but the slope is twice that of the marginal revenue function. Sorry, average revenue function. So this is our marginal revenue function. So what happens before the imposition of taxes? We equate marginal revenue with marginal cost. Okay. So marginal revenue is 100 minus Q. We equate with the marginal cost of 10. So Q will be equal to 90. Okay. Before the imposition of tax, this, and let's draw the marginal cost, which is constant as $10. So at this point we get profit maximizing quantity is 90, and we can also find out the profit maximizing price. That was not required, but I am just trying to now explain the things before the imposition of per unit tax. So plug Q is equal to 90 into the demand function, inverse demand function rather. So P will be equal to 100 minus 1 upon 2 times profit maximizing output, which is 90. Okay, solving this gives us 100 minus 45, which comes out to be 55. Okay, so we have 55. Now the question tells us, in fact, what exactly is the question? What will happen to the profit maximizing price? Okay, when we impose a tax of $10 per unit. So we have T is equal to 10. Okay. So when per unit tax is imposed, what happens to the marginal cost of the monopoly? It increases. Okay. If the marginal cost previously was 10, when we add $10 per unit, then that means marginal cost after the imposition of tax will be equal to the old marginal cost plus the tax, which will be equal to 10 plus 10. So new marginal cost will be equal to $20. Okay, so this will shift to like this. So we have, this is our new marginal cost after the imposition of tax. Okay, now again equating marginal revenue with the marginal cost. Marginal revenue, what we find out somewhere, marginal revenue is 100 minus Q. We equated with the new marginal cost of 20. So which gives us Q will be equal to 80. Okay, transposing this here, there, there. Now what will be the profit maximizing price after the imposition of per unit tax of $10? So plug the value of Q. This is the quantity produced after the imposition of tax, which is 80, which is less than that before the imposition of the per unit tax, which is here 80. So what will be the corresponding price? So let us find out here. So we plug the value of Q is equal to 80 into the inverse demand function. So we have 100 minus 1 upon 2 times 80, which gives us 100 minus 40, which gives us 60 as the profit maximizing price after the imposition of per unit tax. So which is here 60. Okay, so after the imposition of per unit tax, profit maximizing price will increase to 60. I hope I make myself clear in this video and you find out this video helpful. Thank you.